We're live. Now then, guys, welcome back to the first ever stream on the George Scaife LFC, which is a call-in, a live call-in. I want to hear from you guys today. If you're watching this on a catch-up, welcome to the channel. There'll be timestamps in the video so you can skip to whenever, and we're going to hear from a few people today, hopefully. If you want to join, the link is in the description, the top of the description, and you should be able to join the waiting room, and I can get you in. Make sure you've got some sort of topic to obviously come on and converse with me about. We've actually got a caller straight away, and it's Lucas. Guys, I really appreciate you all jumping into the live at very short notice. Thank you very much. I see you all in the comments. I really appreciate you all. Let's get the first caller in. And by the way, again, if you want to join, the link is in the top of the description. If you are watching on catch up, this will not be the only opportunity to come into the live live call in. There'll be another call in show very soon. Guys, this is Lucas. Lucas, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, I can. Yep.
Perfect. How are you today?
I'm alright. Aye. You?
Good. Yes, good, thank you. What is it you want to talk about? What's your burning question? What do you want to get off your chest?
I think we should maybe consider in the summer transfer window letting Salah go to Saudi and bringing in a replacement.
Okay. I mean, that's a big bombshell. So you talking about in summer or January, did you say then?
Summer.
In summer.
Summer.
Okay. Who?
Yep.
I mean, firstly, who do you think should be the replacement? I mean, I've got one name in mind.
Olise. I presume you're the same.
I agree with your name. To be honest with you, I agree with your name. Guys, in the comment section, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about some of these opinions. There's people jumping in. By the way, I just want to quickly say, Daniel, James, Josh, Neve, you're all in the backstage. I can hear you all. What I will ask, though, one thing, just to avoid echo, mute yourself if you can whilst I'm speaking, and then there's no echo. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you can see that, Lucas.
Alright, yeah, no problem.
Perfect. Just to avoid echo, and it makes it easy for people, right? Yeah, I agree with your point about Olise coming in. The Salah one, I hear. I know there's 2 years left, but I agree. I mean, if anything, if these first 3 games are anything to go by, then yeah, it's not started very well. Hopefully it'll pick up. It's Salah, right? Do you see him picking up this season? I mean, are you writing him off after 3 games? I know some people are. Some people are a bit more cautious than others. For me, I'm not. I think it's Mo Salah. He's inevitable. What are your thoughts on Salah this season? And, do you think he'll pick it
up? I think obviously he's going to pick it up, but look, 32, 33 now, isn't he? Something like that. He's not getting any younger. He's showed, I think, a bit lack of pace. And I feel like in some of the games where he doesn't get a goal and assist, it does feel like we're playing with 10 men. And I feel like his running power is gone. I don't think he will not press no more. I feel like if you bring someone like Olise in, who is quite a runner who will work for the team, I think that will be better. Also, I think we might see Salah drop off some goals, maybe create more. Yeah. Because I think he's going to struggle no longer being our focal point. Like now we've got Isak, Ekitike, Wirtz, Gakpo, all them coming up. He's going to struggle. I think confidence-wise, he may struggle no longer being the focal point. Also, after AFCON, he's also known for having a slow start after AFCON as well. I believe after last AFCON, he got maybe 5 or 6 more goals and 2 or 3 assists. He didn't get much after he came back from AFCON last time.
I agree. Guys, if anyone wants to challenge Lucas's opinion there, let me know in the comments you want to challenge that. Maybe you think Salah should see out his contract and maybe leave on a free. I'll bring you in as well. Maybe we can discuss and go back and forth. To be honest with you, I fully agree with your point, Lucas. Thank you very much for joining the call. And to be honest, not many disagreements. My end on the first call. Lucas, hope you have a good night, mate. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks. Cheers.
Perfect, mate. Cheers, thank you. I agree with Lucas there. Guys, I need your thought. I need your help, by the way. I got a comment before about... Oh, Lee, I appreciate it, mate. Someone said the caller's sound is too loud. Hopefully I've turned it down. Is that better balanced now? We're going to go with... this is... Where are we at now? Hold on. Daniel. Here we go. Daniel, hope you're well, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can you hear me, George?
I can hear you. What I need to do, basically, I'm overwhelmed here. There's 10 people sat in waiting room. So basically more people, it only lets you have 10 people in waiting room. So if you can't join, if you're struggling to join, that is why the list people will like get booted out, basically, I think, if you are inactive. But for now, hopefully you should be able to join. Daniel, hope you're well, mate. What's your take? What's your thought?
So obviously you made a league prediction video, and I just want to see during the international break after the first 3 games of the season, who do you think obviously we've seen last season and the beginning of the season, Liverpool are the team to beat. I'm a Chelsea fan, so I'm a bit biased, but who do you think are the teams most likely to contend for that title?
For the Premier League title?
Yeah.
I mean, it's between. I still think it's between 4. I don't think you can change your opinion based on 3 games. Even if, say, Newcastle won their first 3 games, blitzed everyone, I still wouldn't have them up there. 3 games is 3 games. You're a Chelsea fan, you say. I mean, I think you'll be up there definitely. Maybe more so than Man City. Maybe that's one thing we have learned in the first
That's
few
the
games.
change I think is going to happen.
They've looked very slow, haven't they? The same problems they had last year are still being carried into this year. So, you in agreement there with Man City being maybe 4th?
Yeah, I've from the start because Chelsea's our squad depth is immense. Arsenal's defense is brilliant. I don't think City will challenge much later in the season.
No, Daniel, I agree with you. I agree with you. Thank you very much for your take, mate. I agree.
Sure. Thank you.
See you later on. Bye-bye. What I'm going to do, guys, for the first ever one of these is keep it vaguely moving because the studio is full. As AJ says, there's 10 people in studio. We're going to just work through these. James, mate, hope you're well. What is your take and how are you, firstly?
Oh, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very well, mate. Very well, thank you. Have you got a take from me, a Liverpool take?
Yeah, so I'm a United fan, but
Right.
what I was thinking is that for Liverpool this season, I mean, would it be crazy to say that you overachieved last season?
Given that we obviously spent not much, yeah, I would say so. Given it's the manager's first season as well, I don't think any Liverpool fan, even rival fan, I'm sure you didn't as well, back Liverpool to finish first. I think it was a surprise to a lot of people. When it got to November, December, we're top of the league. It's like, wow, this might happen. So I agree with you, James. I agree with what you're saying. Where have you got us? Go on, carry on, mate. Carry on.
So I was just going to say that I think there's like a narrative around Liverpool that they have to go and win the league this season, but I don't fully agree with that because I think obviously you spent a lot of money, but like Arsenal underachieved last season, I think they could be up there. And I just think that saying Liverpool, if they finish second or one got to the Champions League final, it wouldn't be a bad season, but that's what people are making out to be, really. I just don't really agree with that.
No, I'm with you. I think there's the expectations for at least 3 teams are to win the league now. Arsenal, because they've come second 3 years in a row. It's like, well, if they come second again, that's not an improvement, right? They're expected to win this thing. I think Arteta as well. It's widely, I think we all agree it's his final year. He has to win something big, right? Man City, can they get back to winning ways? I think they're expected to go as far as they can. And Liverpool, so it's like everyone can't win the league. So, but what, are 2 managers going to get sacked out of the 3? It's like, well, probably not.
Yeah.
I agree with your take. I mean, to be fair, I think the expectation will be more so piled on next year. If we don't win it this year, I cannot see Arne Slot getting sacked at all. I think it was so good last year, and obviously there could be reasons why we don't win it. Maybe Arsenal are just going absolutely blitzers and doing really well. It'll be next year. I think obviously these things take a bit of time, perhaps. But James, I agree with your take, mate. I agree.
Yeah, right.
Cheers,
Cheers,
thank
mate.
you very much
fan of the content.
Oh, nice one, mate. Thank you very much, James. Have a good night, mate. Thank you. See you later on. Just James, guys, and I agree with everything he said there. I think it is a bit much in terms of expectation on Liverpool. Are we actually expected to win this thing this year? I would say, yeah, of course. Certainly Mark Guehi would have eased that blow as to okay, if we sign Guehi, we are absolutely favourites, but we didn't sign a centre-half at the end. There's a little jigsaw piece missing out the puzzle. Maybe that is the one, excuse we could have. But I don't know. We're going to move on. Guys, if you're new to the stream, welcome to the George Scaife LFC channel. This is the first ever live call-in show. There are too many people in the waiting room. We're trying to work through everyone. If you can't join, maybe try again in 5 minutes' time. See if you can get in there. I didn't expect for this, the demand to be this much. So thank you very much, and we'll work through these amazing calls. This one's LFC Walker, mate. Hope you're well. How are you?
Hi, you're right, George. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. I can hear you loud and clear.
Hiya.
What is your take?
Nothing. I just want to say about the left wing in regards to Gakpo with Isak coming in. I don't think that it's fair to bench Gakpo. Obviously now with Isak, if Ekitike moves to the left wing, I don't think it's fair for Gakpo to go on the bench because he's obviously so good. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair for Ekitike to go on the bench either because obviously he's had a really good start to the league.
Yeah, it's a good. You raise a valid point, mate. It's what was your name? Sorry.
Jake. Sorry.
Jake. You raise a valid point, Jake. It's one of them where it's like, are you playing the price tag or are you playing the form? Gakpo's the form right now, but Wirtz is the price tag. Isak and Ekitike are the price tag. Like, who do you play? It feels almost like you say unjust to drop quote unquote Gakpo.
Exactly.
I mean, we could be having worse conversations, right? We could be talking about the end of the world or the world blowing up, but no, we're talking about which of the 4 world-class players who we're going to get in our team. We've had worse discussions, and Arne Slot's got a great headache to have. If you had to pick a front four now, say McAllister and Gravenberch when you two, who would be your front four to play against Burnley, assuming Isak's fit?
For me,
guys, get involved in comments. By the way, let me know your front four to play against
Burnley.
For
me, I'd probably play Isak striker, and then I'd either play two strikers with Isak and Ekitike. Then I'd have Gakpo and Salah on the wings. But it depends how it works with Wirtz, obviously. Yeah.
Do you think Wirtz comes in against different teams? For example, a low block Wirtz plays as opposed to maybe an Arsenal.
Yeah, I think he could, but at the same time, we need to maximise his ability. Obviously, there's no point putting him in a position that he doesn't feel comfortable. He hasn't had the perfect start to the league, obviously. So, start him, obviously, if he plays in a deeper role, he might not feel as comfortable as playing more attacking.
Yeah, no, mate, I agree with you. It's a great headache to have, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely, mate. I agree with you. I think people in the comments also agree. Thank you very much for your call, Jake.
Ideal. Thank you.
Brilliant. Have a good night, mate. Thank you very much. That was Jake, guys. Talking about the left wing slot, I think it's a very interesting conversation to have. I think it's probably the biggest conversation right now and discussion to have among the fan base. I want to eventually get to a point where we get two people on. Maybe one guy would rather Wirtz, one guy would rather Gakpo. I mean, is that if you're in the waiting room now and you want to talk about Gakpo starting over Wirtz, please leave a comment and let me know. The same vice versa. If you think Wirtz should play over Gakpo or Ekitike off the left and not Gakpo, comment that, and I'm going to get both of you in to maybe discuss and debate between yourselves. We're going to keep this moving, guys, this is Josh, you need to reconnect your mic, mate. They won't let you join. Neve, hope you are well. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, George.
Hi, you okay?
I'm good, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. What is your take? Go on.
I was going to make the same point about, Isak coming in just feels like it feels so unfair in Ekitike. I don't feel like he should lose his space at all, and I also don't think Cody Gakpo deserves to lose his place in the team. Like you say, there's a worse headache to have, and we have a lot of squad depth now, and it's the best time in a way because obviously Salah's signed a new contract, but it's the best possible time for him to not be in the club now. We've kind of got there, but it just feels so unfair for any of them to lose their place.
No, I agree with you. It does feel unjust, doesn't it? I'll put the same question to you then. What would be your front four against Burnley if everyone was fit? I mean, someone in here said Isak won't start against Burnley. I mean, to be fair, mate, if he's fit, I think he's just about as good of a conversation as any player, right? So what would be your front four?
My front four, Ekitike definitely is in there. Salah.
Is it a case of dropping Wirtz like Jake said?
I don't want to drop Wirtz, though. I don't I know he's not had the best start, but I don't think it's fair to have spent so much money on Wirtz to drop him. But do we put him further back and play him more in the midfield? I don't know. I don't think. Yeah. I think it's a very difficult conversation for the signings that we've brought in. I think obviously if Isak's fit, he starts. He has to start. In a way, I kind of wish we got Guehi over the line over Isak. Being completely honest, that's my take. I given how good we've been, forward wise, I think the priority should have been the centre back. Because we're looking rubbish at the back.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. The only thing I'd say is we lost two strikers, obviously, and it's just in terms of sheer bodies or depth in the squad, you need two forward players. It just so happens they're both, very, very good.
Fantastic.
I mean? Exactly, and I mean, it's a great headache to have. And I think, if we're talking in November, December, the games start ramping up. We won't be sat here on a live talking about who should play against Burnley, the luxury of everyone fit. We've got to assume, I mean, touch wood they don't, but we've got to assume there'll be fallers along the way, injuries, and these things happen. Isak as well has not got a sparkling record.
No.
So I think, again, it's a great conversation to have. We've got great depth right now. And I think I agree with what Jake was saying about Wirtz maybe dropping out against Burnley.
I don't. Maybe just to try it and see how we go, but I don't know. I don't think that he deserves to lose the momentum because obviously he's not got off on the best start, and I feel like dropping him would make it seem that we've like lost faith in what he's doing, and like I don't want that. I don't want to like lose his confidence. Like I want him to get comfortable, and I think a team like Burnley, maybe a bit of an easier game for him, might be his chance to like shine in a way. Like
that was the exact reason people were saying drop Kirkers against Arsenal. That was the exact reason I disagreed with that. I'm thinking if you drop him, what does that say about his performances? Does that shake his confidence, like you were saying then? I agree with you. To be honest, I think I'm on right now. I think I'm on Isak starts if he's fit. I mean, I know it sounds like daft, but if he's not fit, that kind of helps out. It kind of forces Slot to play.
Literally, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be Ekitike, Salah, Wirtz, and maybe Gakpo off the left.
When does Frimpong come back?
I think it's a few months. I think it's a couple of months at least. I
Devastating.
assume Szoboszlai will play there and keep his place.
Yeah,
Neve, I agree
he's
with
done
everything you
really
said
well.
there. Yeah, absolutely. Neve, thank you very much for joining. We're going to
You
keep
are
it moving.
very welcome.
Thank you for letting me know your thoughts on this.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you. See you later on. Thank you. Bye. Neve there with, I mean, to be fair, I think she speaks for a lot of people in regards to that front four. It's a great conversation to have. It's a real headache for Arne Slot, but it's like, we could be talking about worse things, couldn't we? Guys, the link's in the description to join. I'm very overwhelmed by the amount of people who want to join. If you could see my screen now, there's 10 people sat in the waiting room, and that's the max I can have. When someone leaves, a space becomes available. So keep trying, guys. I apologise. There is no way around that, unfortunately. Mate, thank you very much for joining. Let's get... Oh, Frimpong's back. What? Frimpong's back? I thought it was a couple of months. Oh my god, I thought Neve, I'm sorry, I thought it was a couple months. Anyway, Frimpong next game. Hell, right. The next caller is Will, mate. I hope you're well. Obviously your name's Will, you said that, I don't need to ask that. What is your take, mate?
Hi George, you alright?
Yeah, very good, mate, thank you.
So I'm thinking, like, obviously with Frimpong coming back from injury and all of these players who've got a midfield and attack, where does Szoboszlai play in this? He's been unreal at the start of the season, I think. So it's a bit harsh, and obviously he's quite vital last season to our success. I think, where does he play?
Szoboszlai, I mean, yeah, like Gakpo, Szoboszlai is a really hot topic right now. I mean, I'll put a question back to you straight away, to be honest with you. I think Szoboszlai's been amazing at right back, but how many games does he have to play? How many of these games does he have to put in to really actually secure that position down? Because right now he's certainly not done it, right? If he plays 5 more games, then has 5 more good games. Is he our guaranteed right back? For me, I think it depends against who you're playing against, but I'll let you carry on with that.
Yeah, like maybe like halfway through the season, because obviously we know about some of our injury problems, like Frimpong had that massive injury with Leverkusen along with Wirtz. Bradley's had a couple of knocks along the way. Gomez can play there, but he's built a glass. He can't stay fit for more than a month. So I don't think he should be our stable right back. I think he should be in and around there. But halfway into the season, if he's proved himself there, he could be up there with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them. We've got at least 2 players in every position, right? And I think that's what every good squad needs, certainly, if you're going to go and win or challenge for the league. It's like if Szoboszlai becomes our main right back, where does that leave Frimpong and Bradley? It immediately halves their game time over the year. And when you've got 2 assets there, I believe you should use them. I think Szoboszlai should be our midfield player. He is a midfielder. He just so happens to have had 2 very good games out of position. You know, I mean, it sounds like if he had a bad game tomorrow right back, or against Burnley, you'd be going, right, it kind of forces our hand now not to play him there again. I've no doubt he will keep playing well, which is the thing, like, it makes the conversation ever more harder, because he will just keep playing well if he's done it twice before. I think it depends against the team you're playing against. Depends the team you're playing against, sorry. If you're playing against a Newcastle, like we did, Szoboszlai comes in there because of the physicality he offers. If you're playing against someone who have a low block, you play Frimpong for them runs, and he adds an extra man into the front. Did you get my point there?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, mate, I agree. Thank you very much for leaving your question, Will, and I hope you have a good night, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for the time.
No worries, mate. Have a good one. That's Will, guys, asking some very important questions around the right back, and I mean, to be fair, it's one of the biggest questions, along with the Gakpo one. Aaron, evening, hope you are well. At the top of the description to join, there's some spaces left. There are 7 people in the waiting room. If you want to join, get in there now. There should be 3 free spaces, and we're working our way through. The next caller, hello, what is your name?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. My name's
Perfect.
Sampa.
How are you, mate? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
Perfect. Yeah, very, very good. Thank you for asking. What is your take?
All right. So my take is I don't get why everyone is kind of like this. That oh no, we signed Isak, because we need depth, right? An entire season is like 65 games long now. You need more players to rotate. Ekitike is the only striker we've got right now, apart from Isak, right? And I feel like Isak also offers us that fear factor, You see Saliba, Gabriel, those guys they don't want to face Isak, Centre backs don't want to play against him. And you've got Wirtz, Salah, and Isak now. Like, if you want to go 2-on-1, you can't really do that. And man.
We're flexible against whoever we want to play.
Yeah.
So many.
Also, I think
tools.
also allows us to adjust the front four, which based on what opposition we play.
Yeah. No, I agree. What would be your front four against Burnley next game?
Gakpo, Ekitike, Salah, Wirtz. I don't think Isak is fit enough.
Gakpo, Ekitike, Salah, Wirtz. So if assume Isak was fit.
Yeah.
Would you play him in the first game against Burnley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But then who drops out for you?
Ekitike, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. It sounds daft, doesn't it, given how well he started? But I agree with you.
Yeah, I know. I think Gakpo has been excellent, man, and we need that. We need that strength. Burnley away, it's a tough game.
Yeah.
Physical game as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. Lampy, you made some very, very valid points, mate. I agree with you. I think a lot of the comment section also agree. Thank you very much for coming on and sharing your thoughts, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Have
mate.
a good night. Nice one. Have a good one, mate. I agree. I agree with that. I think you make some good points about Gakpo. You've got to use his physicality and utilise that as an asset against these more physical teams who are going to try and beat you that way. They're not going to try and beat you by passing round. They're going to try and use their pace and strength and get you on the counter, right? Like Burnley will do. Let's get a call from... Let's actually read some of these comments. Excuse me. Forget Guehi, let's copy Dorkin Wonder. Yeah, have you seen that? It was crazy, wasn't it? Rayan, hope you're well, mate. Ekitike has been our best player. It's one of them, isn't it? It's like, if anyone's got any thoughts on Ekitike, do jump into the live call. There are 7 people in the waiting room. There should be people, should be spaces free. Yes, it's one of them where it's like he's playing so well, it doesn't feel fair to drop him, but what can you do if you've got this £150 million player? Can't bench him. Next caller is JC, mate. I hope you're well. How are you? What's your name?
Jack, mate.
Jack, I hope you're well, mate. Let me know your take.
No, so with Szobo starting at right back.
Yeah.
And he's played great there, and he's done a good job there against Newcastle. He smashed it. But no, with Frimpong now coming back.
Yeah.
You want to start him, don't you? Well, I want to start him because he can create Salah, give Salah that more space, can't he? With his overlapping and his pace.
Yeah,
their defenders will be like, they'll be following back with their Frimpong. So, but you want to start Szobo as well, don't you? Obviously, he's been our best player, mate. Like Szobo's been unbelievable since the start of the season. So you want to get him in there, and he's naturally a midfielder, isn't he? So. But who you taking out? You can't take Gravenberch out because he's unbelievable, mate. Playing in that position when he on his day. Well, he's had a great season last season, and he dropped off a little bit, but he done amazing. You've got McAllister, so where does Szobo fit in? You can't take Wirtz out and put Szobo there, but then you can't give Szobo the right back position because you've just got Bradley and Frimpong, haven't you? So
yeah,
do you get me? And you've Frimpong off, give Salah major space, lad. No Frimpong's done down that wing.
No, I agree with you.
They're going to be worried about him, aren't they? So Salah's going to get more space then.
Yeah, and he struggled, Salah, to be fair, in terms of output.
He does, he does struggle, mate, because the defenders are all over him, aren't they? Every time he gets the ball, I just see like 2 men running at him every time. So with Frimpong being there, lad, with his pace, they'll be worried about him as well. So Salah will get more space then. Do you get me?
Yeah. Do you worry about Frimpong going backwards?
Nah, not. I don't, I don't, lad. I feel like he can. Once he starts properly, he's got a few games in. He looks good, mate. I'll be honest with you, but
he looks sharp.
I just don't feel comfy with Szobo starting right back because I think he's better in the midfield. Do you get me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Do you think it depends who you're playing against? So we've got Burnley first game back after break. Does Szoboszlai play that game? For me, doesn't. For me, we don't particularly need his legs and his energy there. We're going to have a lot of the ball. It's going to be like them camping on the edge of the box and countering. I don't think we need him. I'd rather Gravenberch there. We saw against Bournemouth. Yeah. Like, we had no one back there when Gravenberch wasn't playing, and they scored 2 counter-attack goals. For me, it depends who you're playing. If you're going against an Arsenal who are a physical side, Newcastle, you play Szoboszlai in midfield, even at right back.
Yeah. But then what about Bradley, though?
Well, I'm on Bradley. Bradley's my starter, mate.
Exactly.
People are quick to forget.
Would you rather Bradley over Frimpong, would you?
I would personally. I think he's more balanced. He's a better two-way fullback for me. He's also Premier League experience. Like, I've no doubt Frimpong will work in the Premier League, but right now I've not seen him do it.
I'm just thinking about with Trent, when Trent used to push up the field, didn't he? Like, and he used to play like a free back, didn't he? Really, Trent weren't only sitting at right back all the time. Do you get me?
Yeah, I'm with you. What are your thoughts on the other side?
With Frimpong, his pace and that, he's good at overlapping, and he's lad. So and that can create space for Salah.
On like on the Kirkes Frimpong partnership, would you have a Kirkes Bradley partnership? What's the best like combination there? Do you reckon?
You know what, mate? I'd love a Kirkes and Frimpong, me, because Kirkes is more of a he sits back, doesn't he? He's like he gets stuck in. He's strong.
Do you think he's best at that though? Do you think he's best at sitting back into a back three? I think he's a better marauding fullback.
At first, no, but then I feel like he's been sitting back more than. But when we signed him, lad, no, I didn't think that. But then when he's been playing for us, I think he has been sitting back more than the right back position, to be honest with you. So I'm not sure
about the first 2 games, but against Arsenal he got into it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So
yeah, mate, you raised some very valid points, JC. I've agreed with everything you said there, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man, no worries, mate.
We're doing a few more of these call-ins, so I 100% want to get you back on. Really was fun.
Man.
Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah,
have a good night.
And you,
mate.
mate.
Thank you very much.
See you later, lad. To that, mate.
Thank you, mate. Ta-da, bye. Brilliant call. Yeah, I agree with everything he said. There's so many, we've got so many conversations to have, and they're all positive. There is not one bad conversation to have around a position in the squad. It's not like, maybe centre-half, yeah, we're lacking depth, perhaps, like maybe a man light there. But in terms of right-back, who do you start? Which one of these great players do you play? Which one of these great left-wingers do you play? These are, we feel almost spoilt, right, as a fan base. And JC raises some very, very good points, mate. Thank you very much for joining and letting me know your thoughts. We are going to move on to the next caller, guys. We've got, I believe, 1 space left in waiting room. We are working our way through. I really appreciate all the support. This is much, to be fair, I thought I'd have one caller, and it'd be like my mum or something. If you aren't already, leave a like on the stream. It's entirely free. It really helps me out. Thank you very much. We're going to move to the next caller. And, mate, what is your name?
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. I've got a very controversial opinion, and a lot of Liverpool fans don't like me for it. I'm a Liverpool fan myself.
Here we go. What's your name, mate, firstly?
It's Luke.
Luke, shoot.
Yeah, so my controversial opinion is that Mo Salah is not a world-class player. Now, hear me out. I know.
I'll sit back.
Yeah, so the reason why is because every single big game that we have, he's never there. Like, you even look at the Champions League final that we had, it was Mane, and I think was Bobby. No, I think Bobby was injured, wasn't he? But it was Mane that was put in the shift. Yes, Salah scored a penalty, but the past 2 seasons, it just feels like these days in football, it's just like we all say, a player's world class because of stats, because of goals and assists. Whereas you look at the likes of Ronaldo, Messi, they always got stuck in. They were never missing in big, huge games. That's my controversial thing. Now, it's not like I don't like Salah. I think he's a good player.
Yep.
But when I watch him for 90 minutes, and most of the time, it just looks like he can't be bothered. When he's on 400k a week, you'd expect...
really, I disagree entirely.
I know, that's
do you mean
why...
in terms of effort levels, he can't be bothered?
Yeah, so you look at him sometimes, say a ball goes in front of him, that's passed to him, but it's a metre too much for him. You could just see him put his hands up and just not bother. And that's been the past 2 seasons for me. And this is not rage bait, I promise you. It's just my genuine opinion.
Are you being serious or not?
Nah, bro. I'm sorry.
I believe you think that. Are you a Liverpool fan? Yeah, I assume.
Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
I'm half, North Wales, mate. So Liverpool's the capital city of North Wales. So
yeah.
But
so right now, are you benching him? Are you dropping him? What's the deal?
I don't know, because I can sort of see Frimpong filling in that position. I know, because he can Frimpong is rapid. Granted, if Frimpong started, like Salah would probably go in a bit more, but like I can see more of a winger, like an old school winger in Frimpong than I do with Salah, because there's so many times he loses the ball, like just stupidly as well, and he can be selfish a lot of the times as well. Like, yeah, granted, he's got all these goals and assists, fair play to him.
Yeah,
but...
No, don't do granted he's got the goals. That's the thing that's winners titles, right?
Yeah, I know, and I know this is not just the first 3 games. I've noticed it personally the past 2 seasons. That's my genuine opinion, and this is not rage bait. And I've had a lot of falling outs.
I believe you're not rage baiting. So are you dropping him Are you dropping him then? Is that your?
I'm not. I wouldn't drop him, no. But I think we do need to start looking at options personally, because yes, he's getting older, and the legs. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still rapid, but he's just. I don't know. I think the Prem's getting up to him a little bit. That's just my honest opinion. I don't want to. I'm sorry if I've offended anyone, but
I don't think the comments are very happy.
I know. Everyone hates me now.
I do believe you though. I don't believe you are rage baiting. I believe you, but yeah, that's a hot take, Luke. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Yeah.
I'll let the comments decide. And
yeah,
I'm
going to get rinsed now. Cheers, lads.
Yeah, well, I'll bring you back on, mate. We can have a. Hopefully, what I want to get with this channel is you get someone who's like really for Salah, or someone who loves Salah, and then you on the same call, and maybe we can go back to back. But that'll be in the future, mate. Thank you very much for letting me know your opinion.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, everyone.
Perfect, mate. Have a good night, mate. Oh, that was probably the one call. To be fair, tonight I've disagreed with entirely. Mo Salah is not a big game player. He doesn't turn up. He doesn't look bothered. I've got to disagree entirely. The next call is... Hello? Oh.
Hello? Oh.
I can hear myself 4 times. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Sorry, mate. I could hear myself like 100 times over. People were clicking off. The next call is Alfie, mate. Hope you're well. Can you hear me?
Something, George, lad.
Yeah, not much, mate. You okay?
Yeah, man.
Perfect.
What role do you reckon Salah's going to play this season?
I mean, did you hear the last fella, by the way?
Yeah, that fucking helmet.
Yeah, what was he on about? In terms of role, I think it'll be a different role to the previous years. More of a playmaking role. I don't know about you, but in pre-season, they were taking up some nice roles, weren't they? Some nice positions on pitch, playing them little dinking balls into the top. And obviously, there's better players up there now, like with respect to maybe last year. Isak and Ekitike and Wirtz, they're an actual upgrade on the last year's players. I think he'll hit 15 assists, 16 assists in league. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, same. I think he'll do that, but I think he'll play more out wide, you know what I mean? Whipping balls in the box with Isak, and hopefully Ekitike, if Ekitike gets a game in.
Yeah,
which personally, I think we'll start a 4-4-2, mate.
Hit me then. What's your front four? What would you say?
It'd have to be, so obviously, standard at the back. In the midfield, I'd have obviously Salah right, Gravenberch right midfielder, Macher and Wirtz on the left, and then I'd have Isak and Ekitike up front.
No shot for Gakpo in there after the recent form.
Well, obviously he's been playing great, but this is just against Burnley, innit? Just to fucking.
No, I agree. What are your thoughts on Salah so far this season? What's going wrong for him?
I don't know. He's looked a bit slow, hasn't he, getting into the season? But we've let a lot of people go.
Yeah.
We've
brought a lot of people in.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously he's been playing alongside Trent on that right-hand side for multiple seasons, and then he's gone. Then you've got other players going as well on top of that.
Yeah.
And then
no, I agree. It'll come good, won't it?
Everything's just intertwining with each other at the minute, and it's might be in a bit of a rough patch with him, but I can't agree with the fellow who's just been saying that then at all. I think that's a horrendous shout.
Yeah, Alfie, I agree with you, mate. I think Salah, it'll come good. He always does. Perfect, mate.
You're my favourite Liverpool content creator on fucking YouTube and all that, my mate.
Thank you very much, Alfie, mate. Thank you very much. We'll definitely get you back on, 100%. We're doing these regularly, so Alfie, I'll remember the name. We'll get you back on, mate,
course,
to discuss Salah, maybe bagging every single week over the next month. And we'll catch up in a month.
Let's play.
Perfect,
See you
mate.
later, mate.
Alfie, have a good night, mate. Ta-da. Thank you. Guys, great. I mean, I agree with everything there. Salah, I think it'll come good. I don't think you can write this guy off. I know it started, very slow, maybe un-Salah-like, but he's never failed us before, guys. Next caller, Rofo? How do I say that?
Rofo.
Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I don't know what Luke's on about there about Salah. He's been the best right winger in Premier League history by far. The fact that age is catching up to him, I think, is going to kind of change his role a little bit. We're not going to get that explosiveness that we've had in previous seasons. He's still going to get goals. He's still going to get assists. He's got a new strike partner in Ekitike at the minute. He'll have Isak coming in. He's got a different right back behind him. So he's got Frimpong, who's then turned to Szoboszlai in the last game. He's got Wirtz next to him as well, which is completely new. So you've got 3 new links right next to him, all class in their own ability, but not yet gelling. So there's a lot to kind of unpick for Salah to find out where the links are, find out how he's going to do these short passes and short plays. And when we were struggling, we'd bring Harvey Elliott in and they'd have that connection between them. We haven't got that now. So my thought is it's so different, the landscape for Salah, that it's going to look like he's dropping off. He's fallen off. You've seen the shape of him. He looks incredible. He is still the Egyptian king. He's just amazing.
Yeah.
But,
I'd love it if Luke was in the chat still. Luke, if you want to come back on, we can get a little discussion going here regarding Mo Salah, because I'm with you, Rafa, entirely. I think he'll... I mean, are you worried at all? I mean, you said, obviously there's players coming in around him. I agree with what you're saying, by the way. I absolutely agree. But if we're playing devil's advocate, the obvious counter-argument to that would be, well, look at Gakpo on the other wing. He's got Kirkes, a new player behind him, Wirtz next to him, Ekitike in front of him, all new players. And Gakpo started really well, whereas Salah hasn't. What do you think is the difference between those two? Maybe it's about how they've set up in the team.
Okay, so Gakpo has never had this solid left-back where Mane had the solid left-back in Robertson. Over this last few years, Gakpo's had to do it kind of on his own. So Robertson's declined. Tsimikas, great player, but not up to the standard we need to be at for the Premier League. So Gakpo's been kind of isolated, and he's shone, and he's amazing. He's done it really, really well this entire time.
Yeah.
Salah works better with a partner, as he has done with Trent. Last season, we've seen that he stayed up, and Trent had to sit back and defend, and then Szoboszlai was coming across to help him out. Whereas in previous seasons, Salah was dropping back to help out and defend them more. That's why I think last season we seen him having a better rate of return for goals and assists, because he was sat up further up on his own. But it's interesting now because we've got AFCON this year where we're going to lose Salah. Who's going to come in and replace him on that right wing? Harvey Elliott's gone. So we're going to struggle there. Does Frimpong go in?
Szoboszlai?
I don't think so. I think Szoboszlai will be most likely right back cover because, I mean, look at him. He was absolutely phenomenal at that against Arsenal. I thought he was... They weren't at the races at all. I mean, starting 7 defensive players is... That's a joke, by the way. You know, you go to Anfield, you have to go and win that game. It's early in the season, roll the dice. Arteta's afraid of doing anything. But regardless, Szoboszlai, he had that position locked down. That's 3 different positions he's played now where he's looked phenomenal in every single piece.
Right? So important to our team. He can fill in everywhere. I mean, I made the comparison the other day to a James Milner, but obviously not in terms of levels, right? Szoboszlai's a miles better player than Milner was for us in terms of quality, but in terms of the profile, he can fill in at right back midfield. He's a leader. I mean, people are very vocal about Szoboszlai being a future captain at Liverpool, captain of his national team. Is he for you? I mean, I'd probably say Van Dijk's our most important player right now. Is Szoboszlai second for you? Third? Where does he lie in terms of importance?
Importance, I'd actually change that. I'd say Gravenberg is the most important player next, because we need that pivot between midfield and defence, and someone who plays the Fabinho role, because we're missing that. We haven't had that for seasons, and you look at him last season, and it's a completely different person that's playing. Gravenberch 2 seasons ago is not what he was last season, and it's phenomenal to see. And even again, the last game, he was phenomenal again there. It looks natural for him.
Yeah. No, I agree with you entirely. So you talk about pairings with the right back, right, with Salah. Who's the perfect right back to go behind Salah in your opinion? And in our team?
100% it's Frimpong. I think the pace.
I did not expect you to say that, to be honest with you. I expected you to say Bradley then.
No, I think for me, I see these injuries cropping up. So Konate and Bradley, kind of injury prone, both on the right hand side. I'm a little bit worried with that. I know Frimpong's just had a bit of a hamstring issue, but that's a new league, getting used to the pace. Wirtz looks like he's struggling a little bit with the pace. Ekitike as well, plays 70 minutes. They do look like they're struggling, but not to the point where we're like, oh, this is a problem. But for me, Frimpong's pace is what Salah needs, because he can play those balls in behind players, or he's got that overlap. So he creates that space. Bradley can do it, but Frimpong's quicker to getting back. And that's the issue that we're going to have. And I think if Szoboszlai were to play, he'd be covering that right-hand side like he were last season. But the question is, if you've got that midfield three, you've got Gravenberch, which is nailed on. Yeah. Szoboszlai's in. Does Wirtz sit in there? What about McAllister?
Exactly. It's like a knock-on effect, isn't it? If you take one player from there, who fills in there, right? Rofa, you make some amazing points. Very well spoken, mate. 100%, if you fancy it, come back on in a couple of weeks. After a game, maybe we can do a match reaction, because I'm liking what I'm hearing, mate. I think you speak very well.
Sounds good, man.
Perfect. You have a good night. Thank you very much for
Take care.
Let me know your thoughts. Thank you, mate. See you later on. Brilliant. Yeah, really well spoken, I thought. I agree with everything you said there. By the way, we've had a $4.99 donation from Diet Water, favourite Liverpool YouTuber at the moment. Keep up the good work, mate. Thank you very much. That is incredibly generous, as always, guys, for everyone who donates. You do not have to do that at all. That does not go unnoticed. Thank you very, very much. We're going to keep this moving, because there's still about 5 people left in the waiting room, guys. I'm absolutely blown away with the support on this. That was a class call, wasn't it? I think that was really great, really informative and balanced as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm so overwhelmed with the amount of people in here. We're going to move on to Ben. Ben, I hope you are well. What is your take?
Hi, George. How are you? I was thinking, right, what if you put Szoboszlai right back and he inverted into midfield like Trent did a few seasons ago?
I agree. I think if you're going to utilise Szoboszlai as a right back, you do that, right? Against Newcastle, he tried to do it. I think the whole team was poor against Newcastle. The whole balance was off, right? So it wasn't the best example. And also bringing him into midfield obviously allows Kirkins to maybe be a bit more free, I would say. The only thing I'd say with that, and I think Rofo spoke well about this, in terms of the balance, in terms of relationship with Salah. Salah needs a bit of work around him, I think, in my opinion. And Frimpong gives that the pace, firstly, to get back. Szoboszlai doesn't particularly do that. So are you big on him in the middle then, as opposed to inverting, as opposed to maybe overlapping?
Yeah, I think he needs to be somewhere in the midfield. He needs to be playing in there. And as well, if he went in midfield, you could drop Gravenberch to the back, like.
Yeah. No, I'm in my latest video, mate, I said we should play a back three. Gravenberch's dropping into a back. It's like make a makeshift back three. I agree. Are you a Szoboszlai fan as opposed to a Bradley fan or a Frimpong fan? Are you Szoboszlai number one?
I wouldn't say that, no. It's just I think you could easily drop Frimpong or Bradley more than you can drop Szoboszlai.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Ben. You make a very good point. Thank you very much for letting me know your opinion. Thank you, mate, for coming on.
Thanks, George.
Perfect. Have a good night, Ben. Thank you, mate. Brilliant. Yeah, some very valid points. And, these are the discussions we need to be having. I just want to talk about this donation again. Love the content, George. That's from Tommy, I want to get this right, McKeany? I hope I've done that right. Thank you very much. That is incredibly generous, mate. If you want to come on the stream, get involved. We'll bring you on. The next caller is from Milo. Milo, how are you, mate? You okay?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Good. Great to hear. What is your take on Liverpool?
What I've been hearing about the Olise rumours, I've really hated that, because Mohamed Salah, our number 11, he's been really amazing for the past few seasons. But honestly, I understand people are saying Olise could be a really a long-term player, but we could easily put Chiesa there. So,
do you rate Chiesa? Do you really like Chiesa? Do you believe he's actually been perhaps untreated, maybe unfairly treated, being dropped from the Champions League squad, the lack of game time? What are your thoughts on Chiesa?
Yes, I do think he should be getting more minutes. I think he should be playing a lot more. I think he'll definitely start when Salah's at AFCON.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. It's a great chance for him, right? I mean, what a chance that is. Like, here's a position, take it with both hands. I think Chiesa would do that as well. Olise, I mean, we've got some comments about Olise. I would say with him, you mentioned it there, he's a great long-term option, right, as opposed to Salah. Would you sell Salah this year, in January? I mean, a few people have spoken about that this window. What are your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't sell him. I would leave him until his contract runs out.
Yep.
And, yeah, he can leave when he wants, is my opinion.
Yeah, give him the keys. Let him do. I think he deserves that, to be honest with you. Milo, I agree with you, mate. Very well spoken. Thank you very much for coming on the stream. And I hope you have a good night. Thank you, Milo.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a good night, mate. Brilliant. Brilliant to hear the young Reds getting in the stream. I really appreciate that, mate. And yeah, Olise, I mean, Olise is very much a future prospect, isn't it? I need to turn this light down because I'm getting a bit hot here. You can see, look at the red on my cheeks here. Guys, we're going to keep this moving. There's 5 people left in the waiting room. The next caller is Ryan. And by the way, if you haven't already, please do leave a like on the stream. It's the easiest way of helping me out, supporting the channel. It's entirely free. Ryan, you are live and direct. What is your take? And how are you, firstly?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Sorry, I was on the TikTok earlier. I thought something.
Perfect, mate. Perfect. Yeah, I'm very well. What is your take?
I'd like to just raise something. I think maybe it isn't necessarily, my opinion, but I'd like to maybe put into a conversation of, is Frimpong maybe the wrong decision we made to put at right back to maybe suit our style? I think, of course, he's a brilliant player, absolutely rapid. But I think when I look at Bradley and I compare the two, I just think Bradley is just absolutely phenomenal in that right back position for me. I'd love to see him. Obviously, fitness might be a bit of an issue. But I think maybe we could have went with some other options. Maybe now we've got Szoboszlai. I'd like to see him in midfield rather than right back. But if we do have them, maybe we sort of rushed into the fact that Trent was leaving quick. We need to start right back. I think maybe we could have had Livramento. Obviously, he's the same age as Bradley. Need that experience. Maybe Pedro Porro, only a little bit older, a bit more defensive-minded fullbacks, a bit more like Bradley, rather than this sort of. I think maybe Frimpong could be the Salah replacement, if anything. I think he's almost too attacking minded to be a right back in that position. Of course, he's got more than enough pace to get back. Of course he does. But I think maybe we almost made the wrong decision in a way where we could have maybe gone for a bit more of a defensive minded fullback over Frimpong. I'm not saying he doesn't possess that skill, but I think maybe there's better options out there in terms of maybe having someone as almost either a Bradley replacement or somebody that can work alongside Bradley and switching in that right back.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I'll probably edge on disagreeing slightly just because obviously we're not seen him play yet. I do believe he's a top prospect as well, like in terms of the future. We're future-proofed there. And I also believe he's a very different right back to Bradley. He's a completely different player. And whilst, it's nice to have a backup to a player who's very similar, because then when they come into the team to replace the first team player, it's like there's not much of a difference. They should just slot in. Maybe it's a bit worse, but the profile, the way they play is very similar. When Frimpong comes in for Bradley, it's an entirely different team in terms of the pace, in terms of Frimpong wanting to get forward and kind of overlap as opposed to maybe Bradley inverting. Bradley's, for me, more of a two-way defender. I don't know your thoughts on that. Do you think Bradley's a better defender than Frimpong?
I think a lot of people would probably disagree, but I think yes. I think he more than proved himself against Real Madrid.
Yeah,
I'm sure we can all agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on Bradley, I've got to say. I think we've got to give it time with Frimpong, right?
Yeah, of course.
I think, I mean, he's hardly even featured. I thought against Palace he had a good game. I thought in pre-season he was okay, by the way, and pretty good. Yeah. And I think when Kirkers has started, like, in the way he has, pretty poor, aside from the Arsenal game, it gives Frimpong a bit of a chance to kind of go, well, hold on, I could be the best fullback signing here if I take my place. The only thing going against Frimpong, you've got to say, is Szoboszlai playing so well. It's like, can he even get in? Against Burnley, who would you play as a right back? I don't know if Frimpong's fit. I actually don't know.
Yeah, I think he might just be back. I'm not sure. I'll have to triple check that. Mm-hmm. I think you're right about the Kirkos thing as well. I think he definitely maybe hasn't shown his best side. I think Frimpong definitely has that chance. It could just be me seeing Trent for all those years and seeing Bradley and then now we've got a completely different fullback, and maybe I just don't like the style of it. It could just be that. But I think it depends what happens with him, really. But I think we've definitely got an exciting player with Frimpong. Kerkers didn't really perform as great. Szoboszlai boss against Arsenal. I didn't
Isaac
expect
says,
it.
definitely agree with this guy. Liverpool look open at the back. And with Konate in the team not looking good, they may he spelled struggle terribly wrong there. Struggle defensively. Mate, I think you raised some very valid points, Ryan. I think some valid concerns as well around Frimpong.
I think another thing about
it's a tough one, isn't it? It's like, well, he's not really... I don't know. I mean, Lee raises a good point there. Could he end up as our right winger? I mean, end it on this,
definitely.
Ryan. Do you think Frimpong's more of a right winger than a right back?
Yeah, I think he's more of a right winger than a right back, personally.
And do you see him in AFCON when Salah goes playing as a right winger for Liverpool?
I'd like to see Chiesas. It might sound mad, but I would like to see Chiesas, like you said earlier, grabbing it by his hands. I think he's such a just sort of a Rolls Royce sort of player. Maybe not your flashiest, but he's really direct, sort of a classy sort of player, which is what I really like about him.
I do think with Chiesa, like, he had the opportunity to leave a couple times to some Italian teams, right? He then stays and then gets dropped from the Champions League squad after having really good performances over the last year and a bit when he has played. Obviously struggled with injury and fitness. But, like, if he can't get in the team when Salah goes to AFCON, when can he? That's literally the perfect chance, right? He's dropped out of the team for 3 weeks here. You're a right winger. If you are not starting right wing over instead of a right back in your position, something's gone seriously wrong. And you know, AFCON's in is it December, January time? If the window's still open and you're not playing, get out of here for your sake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think
Ryan, I agree with your points, mate. Yeah, I think it's as I say, take it with both hands. I think he will take it with both hands. Ryan, you spoke very well there. Thank you very much. Definitely get involved again on these call-ins and have a good night, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Ryan. See you later on, mate. How do you ask to join? To be fair, guys, we're approaching 11 o'clock. We've been live for 50 minutes. We're going to take the call from Daniel, Jake, and Caprito, and that's where we'll leave it tonight because we need to cut it off at some point because I need to go and get toilet. We'll say go to the toilet. I was going to say something a lot more vulgar. Daniel, hope you're well, mate. What is your take, and how are you?
Good, you?
Yeah, very well, mate. Thank you very much.
I was just looking to try and bring up Bajcetic. People kind of feel like we've forgotten about him a lot in the last couple of years, but how good he was. Maybe was it 2 seasons ago, and he had the struggle with injury, and then went out on loan to RB Leipzig, and then to Las Palmas last year. Feels like everyone's kind of forgotten about him. I'd like to see him kind of get integrated back into the squad with any slot. See him make appearances off the bench, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, because I think there's so much potential there, and we're just kind of forgetting about him.
No, I agree. Obviously, he struggled with injury, didn't he, and a bit of fitness, that Salzburg loan spell wasn't amazing by all accounts.
Yeah,
then again,
it got recalled after 2 months or something, didn't it?
Exactly, yeah, but that ship went down quick, didn't it, under Linders? Yeah. I think Bobby Clark was there as well, and they weren't even getting the team. But the Las Palmas, by all accounts, that was a really good loan. I think there's a lad from Chelsea who plays in midfield also on loan, and they played together, I believe. The fans loved him, on Twitter when you see all the highlight reels coming up, and he's like... He's putting in boss performances. So where would he be in your picking order then of number 6s in our team? Obviously Morton's gone now. Obviously Nyone's been kind of promoted into the team. I know he's a number 8, but is he in the question with this? I mean, I'd be on Gravenberch as the first number 6. I'd be on maybe Endo as the second and Bajcetic as the third. But are you on Bajcetic over Endo?
I'd love to see him get minutes in a Liverpool shirt again. It's been so long since it feels like we've seen him play for us. But I feel like Endo's 32, 33. I'm not exactly how, but he's old. He's played a lot of minutes. Yeah. Bajcetic could be our future as the 6. I'd love to see him be as Gravenberch understudy, and just try and get him working into the system. We haven't seen him in the slot at all, I don't think.
No, but the thing that got me is how physical he is. Like he's built into his frame now. He's grown into his frame, and he looks like a man now. I'd say that was the only thing. He was amazing 2 years ago, but he did look like. He looked like me. Do you know what I mean? He looked like a young lad, and now he looks like a proper man. And the same with Nyoni as well. I think he's really, really packed in his frame as well. As Lee says here, Bajcetic has a high ceiling. He should get some cup games this year. I think that'll be the way forward. I don't think particularly he'll be thrown into the league if everyone's fit, but in the cup. Why not start the guy? I agree with your points, Daniel.
Yeah, that's all, because everything else I was on talk about kind of been brought up already, so yeah.
Mate, brilliant. I agree with your points. You raised some very valid suggestions there, Daniel. Have a good night, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you too. Cheers, George.
Brilliant. Thank you, mate. Have a good one. Daniel there on Bajcetic. I agree. I think he needs to be given some serious time. I mean, if not now, then what's the point in staying at Liverpool? It's like, I'd love to hear Daniel's thoughts on that. It's like, why did we keep him on if he's not going to play? Do you get me? Oh, wow. A £5 donation from King Fred. Thank you very much. Get Scafen up top for one of them LFC Legends games, mate. I'd be too good. You know what I mean? The goalkeepers would go off crying. Thank you very much for your fiver, mate. That's goes a long way. Thank you very much. Billy, class stream tonight. It's a good, yeah, I've really enjoyed this, actually. The longest stream we've ever done, by the way. And as Rayan says, hit a like on the stream. We've got 2 more callers, Jake LFC and Caprito. There will be one of these streams, hopefully every week. I want to do one of these after a game, which I think is going to be really, really fun to hear from you guys. The penultimate call of the stream is from Jake LFC, mate. Jake, how are you, mate, firstly?
Hi, you alright? Sorry.
Yeah,
Hi.
very good. What is your thought? What did you take? Hit me.
Nothing. I just wanted to speak about the cover with obviously Guehi not being with us due to the deal collapsing. Just like with Leone now, obviously Gomez is injury prone, and with Leone, like he's a youngster, he's just starting out, and it's big pressure in the new league. Obviously, what do you think we should do in regards to if we get Kanate or Van Dijk injured? And then we have Gomez, if he's injury prone, and there's a lot of pressure for Leone to obviously just come on. What do you think we should do?
I mean, touch wood, Van Dijk doesn't go down. But if Van Dijk goes down, firstly, I think, depending on the injury, the season probably, the title's over. I don't, honestly, Van Dijk's out for 3 or 4 months. He's Liverpool's best player, most important player, the captain. If Gomez comes in, who I think's good when he's on it, but when he's not, he's bad. I think that's every hope we had.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with that. But
Yeah,
go on.
When he played for the last, I don't know, say 20, 30 minutes of the game, he had some really good highlights. He played really well.
Yeah.
Gomez. Obviously he's injury prone,
did.
yeah. But when he
made
does
the most clearances, most blocks or something like that, and he played 15 minutes.
When he come on, that header, that clearance, brilliant.
Yeah.
When he comes on, he puts in 100%, so there's no complaints. Just obviously, I like if the player's injury prone, there's obviously worry,
Well, Gomez's highs are so high and his lows are very low. That's the problem. There's no middle ground with Gomez. In terms of the question, who comes in, Gomez or Leone? I would still say Gomez. I'd give him the benefit of the doubt as the senior player. He was there before Leone. He was the third choice. I don't believe he should be dropped from that podium, even though this Leone is like, Leone is like really talked about, and he's like one of these 30 million quid young lad, 18-year-old. Loads of people talking about the guy, but I still don't believe that all that talk gets him over Gomez after nothing. He's not really playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the depth is an issue. I think you're right.
The only other thing I think with Gomez, is like obviously if Salah comes off on like if we play like say Frimpong now, say for the rest of like a half against Burnley or anything, I think we need to put Joe Gomez on a penalty. I've got to be so honest. He needs a goal. It's about time.
Yeah, I agree. It'll come, mate. I'm sure it'll come.
It's about time. It's about time.
Jake, I agree with everything you said there, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you for letting me on. Thank you, mate.
No problem, mate. Have a good one.
Cheers.
See you later on, Jake. Yeah, Gomez, get a goal, mate. Get a goal. And I agree. Gomez, I mean, Eliza says Gomez too inconsistent there. Rayan says Leone Cup games again. I think they'll be shared. I think they'll play together, to be fair, in the Cup. I think Robertson, it's been pretty well indicated that Slot wants to play him as a centre-half. I mean, in pre-season he did. He wants to tuck in as a left-back, makeshift centre-back, right? So maybe Robertson could be an option there. The final call of the night, guys. I've really loved this stream. It's been really great. And this will not be the last stream like this on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned. The community we're building here is great. Let's go with Caprito, mate. Hope you're well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, loud and clear. What is your take on Liverpool?
Yeah, my take is that Wirtz has been judged too harshly from the first 3 games we played. And I think these 3, specifically these first 3 games, I think would be the toughest that we've had to face, because the first one was against Bournemouth. And I think last year, I think they were the team that ran the most. So in a game where, the first Premier League game where everyone's sort of hyped, the energy's all there, everyone's up for it. I think it's more of like a wake-up call to Wirtz, because I think now he knows that he's not going to have enough time on the ball. And I think the second half from Arsenal, I think we're going to see more of that now, because then you got Newcastle, which is a whole different kettle of fish, just because the whole Isak thing. And then you got Arsenal, who played 4 centre-backs and 3 DMs. So I think for the first 3 games, I think they were the toughest that Wirtz had to play. But I think now against Burnley, against these sort of lower blocks teams, I think that's when I'm going to see the most of him. And I think playing with Ekitike as well, who sort of, I guess, occupies a half space as well, with him dropping back as well, collecting the ball, sort of like what Kane does as well, in that sort of where Versus operates. I think if Isak plays up front now, I think that also is going to improve his game as well, because I feel like he'll have more control in that final third. Whereas with Ekitike, I think he has to do more work off the ball. But obviously, I think we brought him to do more on the ball. So I think with Isak coming in, playing up front, maybe Ekitike on the left, or if he rotates with Isak, I think then he'll be more effective.
Yeah, Caprita, mate, I agree. I think you've summed up what a lot of people are thinking in this chat, especially regarding Wirtz. I mean, a lot of people agree here. I think you're entirely right about the Bournemouth game. They're a very high-pressing side. They're all over you. They will swarm you when you're on the ball, and they did so. Guys, just quickly, this will be the last call of the stream. I appreciate you all still trying to join, but this will be the last call. Thank you very much. And also Arsenal. Arsenal obviously playing very defensive. They're also a good team, right? Simply put.
Yeah.
And also Newcastle, that atmosphere, you're not going to replicate that again. One St James's Park generally, plus the Isak thing, as you mentioned. Yes, mate, I agree. To be fair, are you still on it, Wirtz through the middle? Are you on Wirtz maybe towards the left? A few people are saying that as a left winger. What are your thoughts on that?
I think on the left, because I'm not a fan of him on the left, because I feel like on the left you need someone with sort of the ability to take him on and then go past him, which I think he can take the man on, but I don't think he's got that extra burst of pace to take it to the byline, especially if you've got Isak as well and Ekitike, who are aerial threats as well. So I think by having Wirtz on the left, he can ball crossing, but I don't think he's going to have that, like the outside the cross, like that, having the like from the left hand side just into the box sort of thing. I think if he plays on the left, he's going to cut back inside and then do a build-up play. So I prefer him for the mid, I guess in a sort of cam sort of position where it can be a bit more direct, rather than. Cause I think the one thing that sometimes we're also guilty of as Liverpool is recycling like plays where we try one thing and it just keeps going and going, and then someone just has a long shot out wide. So I think if Wirtz plays in a cam, I think like he's more likely to sort of create more chances in which it's going to direct in a shot in the box, I think. Whereas on the left, I think I don't think on the left, I think he will just like be isolated. And I don't think he'd be like a typical winger. That's why I wanted, I'm a fan of having Gakpo and Rio on the left, but with Rio, I don't want to play him too much because the whole Michael Owen situation as well, like he's still 16 years old, Yeah. And I think with letting Diaz go is a big miss. I think we'll see later on in the season, because I like Gakpo as well, but with Diaz, he's actually got that sort of technical ability. Rio's got it as well in bits and pieces, but I just don't want to sort of stress him like playing too many games at once.
Yeah, mate, I echo everything you just said there. I think you've very well spoken, firstly, but I agree entirely. Is it Caprito? Yeah,
it's just an online name, but yeah.
Oh, right, I was going to say, I was like, oh, that's like a Mexican name. I don't know what you were...
Nah.
But yeah, mate, I agree. We'll end it on this, and to be fair, this will end the stream, so you've got the closing remark on the stream. I've agreed with everything you said so far, and definitely get involved again, please, because I'd love to have you back on. Certainly after a game, maybe a match reaction. What is your front four? Assume Burnley, assume everyone's fit, Isak's fit, and everyone's firing. What is your front four? Let's just, for argument's sake, say it's a McAllister, Gravenberch 2. Hit me with a 4.
Yeah. All right. So if they're in the midfield, I think Burnley are going to play a low block. So Wirtz is going to be there for sure. Salah, he's always going to play. So now it's just who's going to play left wing and striker. Isak's not going to start just because I don't think he's going to get into fitness. And I think even with the Isak thing as well, I wish it was done a bit sooner, because I think the way Slot plays, he's going to take a while for it to be into the first 11. So I think Ekitike is going to start. I think Gakpo is going to play as well. I think it's the same one, same team that we have played, just because I think Isak is way too early for him. I'll be surprised even if he gets like 10 minutes, to be honest. Just because I think Slots really likes to make sure that he knows the system that we're going to play. But I'd say it's pretty much the same team that we've seen before, barring, I'm not sure if, because I know that Conor Bradley played over this weekend, but I don't know if he still would go for Szoboszlai. But I think he probably play Bradley for this one. But I'd say the same sort of team we've had before.
Yeah. No, I agree. Again, I feel like I'm just sat here saying I agree to everything he said, but no, you make some good points. I think you're right about Isak. Even if he's fully fit, it's like, will he start the game? Probably not, in my opinion. Why change a team that's just ultimately won 3 games in a row, even if we weren't playing very well? I believe Wirtz was getting better, like you were saying, against Arsenal. Second half was really improved. Kirker's really improved. Why shake that up and change it? Which then does that mean Szoboszlai starts as a right back? Like, do you keep the same momentum? Do you keep it ticking? I don't know. Let's leave one final thought then around Szoboszlai. Been a big topic of the live stream so far. And guys, in the comments, let me know your thoughts on Szoboszlai. I have one final word. Do you start him against Burnley? What are your thoughts on him as a right back? Would you like to see him there or in midfield?
I mean, I've seen the videos before as well, and I agree what you said in terms of he can play right back, but I don't want him to be that player that thinks like he's sort of 6, like gives you 7 out of 10 in all positions.
Yeah.
But not like a 10 out of 10 in where he should play, because I don't want to fall into that sort of James Milner trap, because like he's an elite footballer. I think for me, he's the sort of, I think we were rumored to go to Valverde a few years ago, and I think he's that sort of exact sort of profile, which I'm a huge fan of. And at the right back, he's great, but I want him to lead the press, and it's hard to do that from right back. So I want him in the midfield, but thankfully I'm not the manager, because I don't know how you'd fit McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai unless you play Wirtz. That's a whole another sort of problem.
It's tough, isn't it? Depends who you play against. I think against Burnley, I said this before. I don't think Szoboszlai plays just because we don't need the legs really.
Yeah. So I mean, I know, I understand that as well, but I just feel like kind of bad because he's been our best player like I think most of our like first 3 games. So it's hard to drop someone that's been your best player, but I get it. Like it depends on what team, like what the team we're facing. But yeah, I mean, either way, with or without him, we've got one of the best 11 in the world.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's a great headache to have. Mate, you've been brilliant there. Very well spoken, some very good points and some really good insight, in fact, in my opinion. I 100% want to get you back on, so make sure you are, I don't know if you watch regularly or subscribe, come back in and we'll get you back on.
Yeah. And you know what? One more thing. I can't believe England didn't tag you for the bingo. They should have done.
Can you believe it? I know. I was like, oh my God. To be fair, got a good video out of it at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, what can you do? It's lonely up here at the top. That's what they're saying. Mate, thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you.
No, it's been a pleasure.
See you later on. Bye-bye. Guys, I've really enjoyed this stream. I'm just watching and by the way, he was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Caprito was great. Listen, the comments are absolutely popping off. The community here is clearly great and thriving. I want to thank every single one of you for coming in. Eliza, you've been in there a while. Rofo, Tommy, is that Jake? I believe that's Jake. King Fred as well. Rayan's been in there a while. Joshua as well. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. It really goes far in supporting the channel. Support what I want to do. This is the longest ever stream. The only stream ever, by the way, that's gone over an hour. So you are witnessing greatness here. And again, subscribe if you're not already. There'll be another one of these coming very soon for daily Liverpool videos. Yeah, check the channel out. There's a few videos. One yesterday was on Liverpool playing a 3 at the back. If you're interested, go and watch that one. Guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da.